And so what we're trying to do is associate everything that we can with readers. And we see, screen's kind of small here. He's got a local panel, which is one form of a knowledge panel. There's these reviews. And people are also searching for RMS, R&D, DES. Are these other competitors of yours? No? Okay. And people want to know, see this PAA? People also ask, who owns reader distributors? And what is reader fuel? Is that even related?
Yeah, so we're a fuel and equipment distributor.
Okay.
But here in Houston is our equipment.
Okay. And the number one ranking result for reader distributors is rotary lift. Is that you?
We sell rotary lifts.
You sell rotary lifts, but this is someone else who's outranking you for your name. And they're really powerful. And they rank on 7,500 keywords. But this is not you. You should rank number one on your own name, Eric. So how is it someone else has got your name? Rotary lift. Well, they rank on rotary lift. Their name is rotary lift. It's not a difficult term, keyword difficulty 4. It's green. I know the numbers are hard to see. 2,700 people a month are searching for rotary lift. But let's see if we can go back. Let's see if we can actually find you. Okay, your Instagram is outranking all these other pieces. Who is this? Auto lift, someone else. So you're a distributor, so you're relying upon other people to sell your products. Fuel delivery driver. Okay. Do you not have a website? And Readers Distributors on Facebook is listed as an event. One of the largest independent distributors of fuel and lubricants in North Texas. I can't imagine that's super difficult in B2B, is it? Quora? Where's your site anyway? Glad you're at DigiMarCon. Okay, so you're readerdistributors.com, R-E-E-D-E-R. Okay, this is who you are. So if you rank on your name by searching your actual URL, you better rank on that. We can see that he's got 1, 2, 3, 4 site links, which is good. 8's the max. And these are the top keywords, Eric, that you rank on. By the way, you can use any of your favorite SEO tools. People say, how do you get all this? This is so easy. We can argue about which of the, I'm using Ahrefs, which I prefer for live auditing, but you can use SEMrush, Majestic, Moz, whatever, right? Did you know there's 2,700 people a month looking for off-road diesel, Eric? And you're in position 1 on that, or you were. And why is diesel more expensive than gas? What color is diesel fuel? I don't know. What color is it? You probably know. And you move from position 1 to position 3 on that. And you have 3 SERP features. Featured snippet, thumbnail, and people also ask. And it's this article. Which of these do you care more about? Off-road diesel? What is off-road diesel? Is diesel more expensive than gas? So what's going on here with these things that are driving traffic to your site? This off-road diesel seems to be the main one off of your blog, off of this one post here. This is your top blog post. Your site has 2,800 keywords, and this has got 528 of them. And it's more than a third of your traffic coming in. Off-road diesel, okay. And here's a picture. What is this? Is that diesel fuel somehow? So let's search this image with Google. And let's see, is this is your image. Okay, didn't nail you on stock art. Sometimes we get people on stock art. That's your image. Why is that important that this has to be your image, do you think, Eric? Well, it's not that it links back to you, it's that it shows, remember what we're talking about, Google's putting together this knowledge graph and it has all these objects. So this picture is an object. Reader distributor is an object. You are an object. All of us, we are things. We are nouns that are all connected. And so what we're trying to do is connect as many items as we can to reader distributors. So if I look at reader distributors as the company, then you have locations in like Waco and Fort Worth and whatnot. Those are all things that have to be connected together, linked together. Most people think that SEO is about links. It's not. It's about showing Google, when I think about reader distributors and all the questions I might have, diesel fuel, what color is diesel fuel, all these things around diesel, this is one item that adds more information about. I'm trying to think of like the skeleton, and I'm trying to add as much information as I can, right? So SEO is not technical tricks. It's about how do I train Google to know about me properly, right? So here, let me show you how easy it is to use the AI. So I'm going to copy paste. I'm a professional copy paster. I'm copying all the text here about what is off-road diesel. Okay, you're writing a good blog post, right? And I go to ChatGPT and I say, I should probably speak it, but I've already opened this thing. You know, the 4.0 just came out yesterday. Eric with the EERIC. Eric runs marketing for reader distributors. And before I even give it my request, I need to kind of warm it up. What do you know about them? You guys ever do that? This is the paid version of ChatGPT. This is GPT-4. It's worth the $20 a month. Get your boss to pay, right? Family-owned business that was started in 1973 during the oil crisis. Company specializes in providing high-quality fuel, lubricants, and blah, 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 primarily in Texas, Oklahoma, blah, 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 blah. Is that correct? Okay. This is their top blog post, which is on diesel fuel. Please evaluate it. Now, what is Google looking for? They're looking for EEAT, and I'm going to explain what that is in a minute. And the PAA, I know I'm using acronyms, PA questions that are answered and not answered. Grade on a scale of 1 to 10, harshly. Okay? Paste. Funnel Boost Media, website by these other people. By the way, those are parasitic links. You should never allow people to put that stuff on your site. You know that, right? Look at this. At the bottom of the site, it's going to say website by so-and-so. I don't know who these people are. Powered by Funnel Boost Media. At least they're not links. Are they? You never want to do that. Okay, so I asked ChatGPT to look at Google standards. So I'm asking, this is kind of like a backdoor way to look at what Google thinks about you. And here's some questions that you answered, and here's some questions that you didn't answer, Eric. What's the difference? So you answered these questions, and I don't know anything about diesel fuel, okay? This is like random, could have been anybody. How is the fuel quality monitored for on-road versus off-road diesel? I don't even know there's a difference between those two. What are the penalties for using off-road diesel in on-road vehicles? You can answer these questions, right, Eric? Pretty sure you can. Okay. Overall grade, ChatGPT, not me, gives you a 6 out of 10 because it answers some of the questions, but not really the rest of it. And if we look at the rest of this, this is your best blog post. We want to make it better. So you can audit any of your stuff here. You could have hundreds of blog posts, hundreds of emails, hundreds of social posts. Take your very best content and make that better. That's throwing fuel on the fire, right? No pun intended. So if I want to make this better, and I know that this blog post has it's showing up in the local pack, so people that are looking for fuel stuff that you have, your reader distributors in the cities that you're in showing up, and it's showing up and people also ask, because Google thinks that you are authoritative in diesel, and there's a thumbnail that shows up, which doesn't really help you a lot. But what else is missing? If I'm doing a search on off-road diesel, best way to do SEO is to actually Google the thing you want to rank on. Here is, it just knows I searched on that. But now they're asking, now look, Google is saying, I'm in Google right now. This is not PowerPoint. People also ask, is there a difference between diesel and off-road diesel? And is it okay to run, what is dyed diesel? Why is dyed diesel illegal? I don't even know what that is, right? And here's all these other people, they're trying to answer these questions, right? See this? And here's the local pack. And here's all this other stuff. Now Google is showing tons of Reddit and forum kind of stuff, which pisses off all the SEO people, right? But you see this? There's all these other guys that are, and here, there's other related questions here. Google is showing a mix of search results. Now the AI is coming through, and this is about to be released maybe in the summer when GPT-5 comes out, if Altman ever does that. And here's all this related stuff. Is it okay to run off-road diesel? Who sells off-road diesel near me? You want to be there, Eric? Off-road diesel for sale. So if I search for off-road diesel, or you search for whatever the thing is that you want to rank on, do you think it's important to answer the questions on prices and where to buy it, open now, use within 1 mile, tax credit? there's a tax credit for using diesel somehow? Yeah, okay. Versus heating oil. All right, off-road diesel is red dyed and sold in bulk by distributors like you guys, right? Results near Houston, Texas, because it knows where you are, by the way, right? And here, you're showing up here. And here's all this other stuff. Now, ChatGPT has said you get a 6 out of 10 because you have some information here. And I don't mean to be harsh on you. I think this is great. See, whenever I do this, people are always like, I'm glad he picked on this guy instead of me. I'm a search engine engineer, right? I love it when SEO people want to argue with me because I'm not an SEO person. I'm a search engine engineer. There's this information. It's good. You're answering some of these questions. But Eric, how do you think you can make it better? Add more information. And remember, what is Google trying to show? Videos and social media and Wikipedia and things for sale, things in Google Shopping, forums. People also ask cards, all these things that Google's trying to show, like a mix of information, right? So let's say that I search for panda and I'm about as Chinese as Panda Express because I was born in Dayton, Ohio. But I could be looking for pandas as in like the actual black and white bear, or I think there's a software program called Panda. Like there's all sorts of panda. There's panda docs, right? I could be looking for like how many pandas are left in the wild and are they, what do pandas eat? Like if I search for panda, I could be looking for all kinds of stuff, right? And so if I'm searching for off-road diesel, I'm going to be looking for all kinds of information about this. And you see that Google says fuel and near me and what's the cost and what's the difference between this kind of off-road diesel and that kind of off-road diesel. So Eric, do you think, let me ask this question for all of you guys. Who do you think would do a better job doing SEO for reader distributors? Me, a search engine engineer, or Eric? Who thinks I would do a better job at SEO? Really? Why? Who thinks Eric would do a better job at SEO? All you guys. Why? Why would Eric do a better job? Why? Because he knows more than I do about off-road diesel, but his website doesn't reflect his knowledge. So Eric, you need to hire an SEO expert to improve your SEO, right? No, because SEO is not something you can do. SEO is feeding Google. You guys got to make sure you're paying attention. Feeding Google the information about you so it knows who you are. So Eric, what kinds of things can we do to fix this page so we can get even more traffic of the 2,700 searches per month that people are looking for this, right? The SEO tools are telling us, right? There's a lot of people here, and anyway. So there's a lot. You could buy that for $1.68. Look, I'm all about buying the traffic too. Oh, SEO is better than PPC. Great taste, less filling. I don't know, whatever it is. Do both, right? Renting it is buying it on PPC, and you rent it, and if you like it, then you own it, right? And so there's all these things here. You have lubricants and off-road diesel and whatnot. There's all these things that you're trying to do, but you're not showing people enough information. And it's all coming off of mainly one site. I'm sorry, one page. That top page, yeah, that one is the bulk of your traffic. And then you have the difference between 1 and 2 diesel. Why is diesel more expensive? But you can see of his 63 pages, you should have at least 100, by the way. Actually, for you should have like 500 plus. We can talk about the math on that. This is worth $1,500 a month to you, this one post. You can make it worth $5,000 and then ask your boss for a raise. So you have all these other articles about us. Here's your Fort Worth location, but none of them seem to get any sort of traffic. So the idea of digital marketing, the biggest idea of digital marketing is throw fuel on the fire. So do you think Eric should be spending most of his time trying to create more content to add to these 63, or should he be trying to get more out of whatever's producing more? Whatever's driving more sales, driving more people to your locations, selling more of this fuel and the lubricants, he should put more against that, 80-20, right? But it's not even 80-20 anymore. It's now 95-5. Why is that? You guys have heard of 80-20, Pareto principle, right? But it's 95-5. Why? Because social media and ads and the generative AI and the fact that there's more and more competition means that the winners, look, I'm not some like political person, but the rich get richer, okay? That's what happens when more technology comes out. When you have a TikTok, when you have more YouTubes, when you have all this AI generating content, it causes the winners to win even more. Does that make sense? It allows for hits to occur. So you want these greatest hits. Okay, so you need to have more about what you do so that Google can see what you do. I'm intentionally not using technical language, right? So this information, fuel service, lubricant and equipment distributor. We've not even gone to the website. Now we finally actually go to the website for the first time. Why is it not, are we not going to the home page? Why do people, when most people think about their website, they go to the home page. Oh, look, here's a truck going by and it's got all this fuel in it, right? This is what people think. Oh, let's build a website. And they go on this sort of vanity thing on, oh, here's some fuel, here's equipment, here's lubricants, about us, your trusted partner in fuel and equipment. This looks like a brochure, doesn't it? But why does this not matter? Why does the home page mean almost nothing? It's because all the traffic is coming from these other articles. Where's the home page in this of their 63 pages? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It's the 7th most popular page. So what does this mean for Eric and for all of you? This is actually a really good thing. This means your digital marketing is working. Because if your home page is #1 for your traffic, it means your other web pages aren't even worth sending traffic to. Because Google's going to send people directly to where they think answers that question. They're not going to make you try to, you're right, Google wants to send you, right, when you do a search. So if you look at your analytics, you better not have your home page in the #1 spot, because that means your content sucks, right? Did I offend anybody? All right. Was that helpful? Who's next? Somebody, Chad, choose somebody. National what? Spell it louder. LED. No, I said National LED, so it's got a double L. What's your name? Luis. National LED. Yeah, okay. So I'm going to blame Verizon on this because I'm tethering on my phone, because usually hotel internet is terrible. And Verizon, hopefully, is better in Houston. So Luis, what is National LED? Does someone have to throw that orange cube? Chad. Oh, guys in the back. Let's give Luis that orange cube. And while we're doing that, I'm going to show you what Google says about
Hello.
this. Hey.
Yes.
Is this your site? I think your site loads slow. Is that right? nationalled.com?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, maybe. Oh,
I
well.
think your site's loading slow. I don't think it's me. Let's see. Let's see what Google says. Let's run Page Speed Insights, which is Google's tool, not me. Don't blame the messenger. If you step on the scale and it says you're fat, don't blame the scale. We're using Google's tool, and it's going to tell us how Luis's site loads. Unable to resolve. I must have spelled it wrong, or that's not the right. National LED. I represented California in National Spelling Bee in 1988 in Washington, D.C. I studied for like 8 hours a day for the National Spelling Bee, so I think I got it right. National LED. Okay, so the best way to find something is to Google it. National LED. Did I get it right? Maybe you have a National LED. Okay, you have an HTTPS issue.
Okay.
You have not resolved your, because a lot of people think your website is http:// whatever. There's so many different variations of things that can occur in front of that.
Mm-hmm.
So this one is National LED, but with an https:// www.nationalled. That's your URL. So if I copy that, by the way, you guys should all be following along on doing this. So if we go to timeout. Okay, timeout occurred. So you have not resolved the HTTP:// you have not resolved all the different things that could be. I'm trying to not be technical here. Basically, you have to have your 301 redirect set properly. Okay, so now we're using your correct one, which is https:// www.nationalled. Not that you get a lot of type-in traffic, Luis, but we could see. And let's see if we get to the site now. Turnkey LED lighting, commercial. So not residential, not Christmas lights for grandma.
That's right.
Okay. Exceptional. Okay, this is a good meta, because you want to write this like an ad, your meta description, because that's what people see. So write it like it's AdWords. Your premier source for exceptional turnkey lighting solutions. We specialize in providing a comprehensive range of innovative and energy. Okay. All right, now these all are the same. Your meta descriptions are all exactly the same for commercial LED, about us. You see that they're all the same?
Mm-hmm.
Probably need to fix that, right?
Yeah. For sure.
Okay. But people are also asking, when they're searching for national LED, what is the national program for LED lights? What did LED stand for? Who's the first LED? Why is LED so popular? So you want to answer these questions, right?
Mm-hmm. Okay, looks
That
like
one's not working. So let's
something is not working.
And why is that not? Can we not get to your site? So we're still looking at Eric's thing. National LED. Your manufacturer. Let's go to your page. Let's see what you got. You got great reviews, great local reviews here. Fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
And you filled out your GMB to have products, Louise.
Yes.
So if you're a distributor, you're mainly shipping it out. It's not like people are coming to your place in Houston, right?
That's right. And we install as well.
You install. Okay, so you're a service as well.
Yes.
Are you running local service ads?
Yes.
How are they doing?
Not so well.
Really?
I would say.
LSA should be crushing it. If you're in an LSA category, you know what LSA is? Local service ads, TLA, 3-letter acronym. Local service ads. So if you're in a local service ads category, that should be your number one focus. If you are like a plumber, landscaper, lighting contractor, chiropractor, real estate agent, any of those things where there's some kind of license, where you have to have a certificate or be certified to do the thing. Google has been expanding this thing like crazy, especially in medical and home services in the last year. Okay, so this is good, Louis. So you have your socials here, but there's not much going on.
Yeah.
Right? There's not much content.
We are looking for a
You filled out
content.
your Crunchbase? Awesome.
We're looking for a content creator right now.
Really?
Yeah.
Why do you need a content creator? You're going to hire an influencer?
Say again?
I'm kidding. So I don't believe in I have 1 million followers, believe it or not, on social media. I don't even know where I know it's because I've been to Pakistan and these other places. Or I argued with Zuckerberg on CNN and crushed him a few years ago for Cambridge Analytica. If you want to watch that video, it's hilarious. So do you think Facebook should be, why is this not working?
Yeah, maybe it's down.
Uh-oh, that's not good.
Yeah.
Because I clicked on it from your site. I clicked on this from here. This is on you.
For sure.
Okay, down. So you go to the site, down for everyone or just for me. Okay. Let's see. You know, there's websites for every one of these things, Luis. It's crazy. So is National LED down? No, it is down. Your website is down.
Right.
I would run out of this room and fire whoever's in charge of your website. By the way, that hurts you in your Google rankings. Why does that hurt you if your website's down?
Because it's not available for
Yeah,
people.
and then Google says, well, I'm not going to show this to other people. So right now, you still rank on your name, but then they're going to try to show you the GMB instead, right? They're going to try to show you this one, which is not your website, but you can think of it kind of as like your thing. So, and then if I click on any of these and we know it's down, that sends a negative signal to Google. And then eventually, if they see this happens a couple more times, they're not going to show you anymore. It's not like some big emergency to worry about. You'll get it back once you fix the site.
Yeah.
But just be careful. Like if there's typos or broken links or things like that are wrong on your site, Google basically thinks no one's home. No one's paying attention. If your site loads slow, that's not good either. It's the same thing. LinkedIn is where you guys are doing most of your business, isn't it? On socials? If you're a B2B.
No.
What is it?
We're doing most of our business through SEO, actually.
Through SEO?
We get.
All right. Who's in charge of your SEO?
We have an agency.
Agency?
But also we've been posting some content in the past.
So you rank on National LED because that's also your name. LED lighting retrofit. So you do the services as well as your supplier, and let's see what your top pages are. Like we did for Eric, remember?
Mm-hmm.
Eric had, his homepage was number 7.
Oh, our
Your homepage is
is
number 1.
number 1.
But that's okay. In B2B, we typically see this because there's so little traffic anyway. But you have some helpful tools, a calculator,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
lumens per square foot, whoever's doing that. Probably some installer or whatever wants to use your tool, right?
Yes, those are tools.
Products. Here's some products. LED light. Okay. Retrofit companies, lighting. All right, that's good. So you rank on some of these keywords, and they're kind of expensive too. The average lifespan of commercial LED lighting. And you rank on how long do LED lights last? 1,900 people a month looking at that. So like what we're doing for Eric, for reader distributors, we take our top content and we want to make it better. Oh, shoot, I can't go there because the site's down. Well,
Yeah.
if I were to go there, we would have done the thing that we did for Eric, which is let's look at that page and how do we make it better, right, Luis?
Okay.
So then if I want to make that page better and answer more questions around how, I think the question is like, how long do LED lights last, right? And I just go to Google and ask the question, right? How long do LED lights, was that it? How long do LED lights last? And I search. Well, here's an AI answer by Reynolds Electric, who even I know they're big, is this and this. And then here's an answer that was pulled from this site, Green Lighting. No, do you see these AI answers? You know how these are going to be the main thing, these colored boxes? You see these boxes and all that, and these related questions. Why do my LED bulbs burn out so fast? Is it cheaper to leave the LED lights on all the time, right? Here, right? How often should they be replaced?
Mm-hmm.
So you've got to answer these questions.
Answer this question.
So what you do is look at your top pages. All you guys should do this. Look at your top, or hire an intern to do this because it's easy. Look at the top pages drive you the most traffic in your Google Analytics or whatever. And then look at the related questions that are here and then answer them in 1-minute video. The 1-minute video you push to Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, LinkedIn, your blog, your GMB, and all that. So what we're trying to do here is in this first phase, we're producing real answers, answering those questions those consumers have about LED lighting. I don't know anything about installing LED lighting, but I'm sure you do. But if you hire an influencer, if that influencer doesn't have core experience in installing LED lighting, can they produce something authoritative enough that if we process it in phase 2, that it can then be posted to your Facebook, YouTube? So, right, just because someone has millions of followers or just because someone says that they're an influencer and an expert doesn't mean shit, because they need to actually have direct hands-on experience in the thing that you do in bucket number 1. Then it can be processed using the AI tools, right? All these amazing AI tools. We can cover that if you guys want. To then be posted, and then you run ads against it. So if you put it on YouTube or Facebook or Twitter or whatever, you can run $1-a-day ads against it, which is the thing I'm famous for. I've spent $1 billion doing it in the last few years of other people's money, which I love doing. And that is what drives your greatest hits. So the things that are driving more customers, whether for your services or for people that are buying the LED lights, find the ones that have won, and then in stage 4, promote, put more money against it. And then you have this thing where the system's doing the work for you. You have your greatest hits that are already working for you, right?
So what query did you search to get those people also ask questions?
I searched I looked at the top keywords that you're ranking for. That get the most traffic.
Top keywords. Okay.
I did those searches, and I'm saying, what else are people also looking for? You can do this as well, right? On your phone or on your desktop. Just be careful that if you do the search on your laptop, it's going to be skewed towards your results, because Google, if you work at that company, then Google's going to favor those results. So you might think that you rank better than you actually do, right? So what you do if you're doing that search is you come up here in the URL string, and then you add PWS equals 0. And then that means that I'm acting like I'm logged out, right?
Oh, okay.
You could log out if you want, but I'm acting it, but just by adding and PWS. I can tell you about all kinds of cool query strings you can add. I'll geek out on you. Just watch out. If I ever am not speaking English, just stop me, right? So I just answer all these related questions. And your influencer, you could give that influencer, Luis, all these questions. How is that influencer going to be able to help you if you don't know what your people are looking for? And some people will say, well, Dennis is just saying you should, listen to your customer, be customer focused, customer first. Like, yeah, that's true. But you have all the data. Google's freaking giving us the data for free right here. All these people claim they're doing SEO. They don't even have knowledge of the thing that they're supposed to have. I find people who can authoritatively answer these questions and make 1-minute videos saying, hey, we're doing some lighting up here, and here's some stuff about this kind of lighting, and this one burns out, and this one's cheaper, and I don't know anything about lighting, okay? But I'd interview all these other contractors. You know what your influencer should be?
What?
Your very top customers. Your customers. You should interview them, Luis.
Okay.
Right? Like 1-minute little stories. In fact, here's one of my favorite things. So I'm retired, so I do this for fun. I can do whatever I want. So one of my friends runs World Gym. So World Gym, they're the original bodybuilding firm. They're Arnold Schwarzenegger and all them started at World Gym. Did you know that? It was like before Gold's Gym. The same people did World Gym, then went on to Gold's Gym. Anyway, so World Gym, and they came to me a couple of years ago and they said, hey, we're trying to expand, open more locations all over the world, right? And here's all this stuff with World Gym. And these are people that are working out in World Gym, right? And who is this Anabolic Gabe? This guy's got 85,000 views. He's giving a review of World Gym. Okay. And who's this one? This is some other location. Obviously not in America. They have locations everywhere. And then there's ones, what's this one? 6.9 million views. Yikes. 13.7 million views. 44,000 views. 1.3 million views. Okay, here's this Más Motivational de lo Normal Hoy. Okay, I don't know what that means, but I can pretend it's Spanish. All right, here's somebody working out in a World Gym, right? And this has got millions of views, but the stuff that World Gym corporate is producing, or the franchisees, or the different locations. So for those of you guys who have many locations, look at what the customers and clients are doing. Doesn't matter what it is, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, TikTok. And then when you find that this person who does not work for World Gym, but is working out at a World Gym, we reach out to them and say, hey, whatever his name is, would really love your working out video, whatever. Can we boost that? And then what they do is they click in the right-hand corner, give us the access code, and we can boost their post. So what World Gym has done is they've crowdsourced all this UGC, user-generated content, and now that is the source of their marketing. And they have people of all shapes and sizes, of every different language, and it's not just bodybuilders, but people of all sorts. And it's not influencers. These are customers. These are paying customers. They're not doing this because they're trying to get the millions of views. They're not trying to charge you all this money. We work with A-list celebrities, and they want a lot of money because they go through agents and all this other nonsense, right? This contract, very limiting. But these people, just giving them a T-shirt, just saying hello, just featuring them on social media is enough. And their content's legitimate because they actually have real experience and they answer those PAA, those related questions. People also ask. You saw that, right? Like, how do I get bigger biceps? Or what happens if, all these different tips. Like, how do I get veins in my bicep, right? Whatever it is these guys are trying, how do I get bigger? Or anabolic steroids bad for you, right? And so what they've done, and you clearly see, what percent of this content here was actually made by World Gym? And it's kind of hard to see. Almost none of it. Isn't that weird? So World Gym social media is crushing it because of the content their customers are making. And they're paying money. You can boost, did you know you can boost other people's posts? You can boost their Facebook post. You can boost their Instagram. You can boost their TikTok. Why would I want to boost it on World Gym? Why would I want to copy that content, paste it to World Gym, then have them sign this waiver and all that saying, yes, we have the rights to use your stuff. When I can just say, hey, wow, I really love that video you made here. I would love to boost that post with our money to give you more exposure. Because I think that's so awesome that you lost 50 pounds or you ran your first triathlon. I'd love to share that, right? And these fans love to say yes to that. So Luis, your UGC strategy, and everyone else, I don't care if it's B2B or B2C, your strategy should be Google your name, find your top customers here, and then repurpose the heck out of it. And you can already see what a winner is. You can see the comments. You can see, is it content that you like or not? And it's cheating. Because then you don't have to hire all these creators and make all this, come up with ideas. Oh, every Monday we have our marketing meeting. We have to come up with new ideas. Are you kidding? I'm lazy. Have your customers do the work for you, right? Because if you take this content and by the way, like we did this for not Cheesecake Factory, California Pizza Kitchen, right? And they were kind of slow to get going on social media. And their CMO said, holy moly, look at what's going on Instagram and Facebook. And some girl already claimed the California Pizza Kitchen Facebook. And they were going to send the lawyers after her in Atlanta. She was some college kid in Atlanta. And I said, no, don't do that. Let me have a chance first before you reach out and send the lawyers after this girl who took the California Pizza Kitchen Facebook handle. And I said, wow, I really love what you guys are doing. And they had like 150,000 fans on the page. And they were posting salads and their favorite things to do. Like it was as if they were working for corporate for California Pizza Kitchen. And I said, I love what you guys are doing. You know, California Pizza Kitchen, these guys are friends of mine. I didn't use any legal terms. And I said, you know, what I'd love to do is, because I was talking with the CMO, I would love to treat you and these 3 other girls you have where you're managing this page. I'd love to give you guys $500 in gift certificates so you can eat at California Pizza Kitchen, because I really appreciate what you've done. And you've been posting every week and getting great engagement, doing a really good job on social media. And as part of that, would you mind giving us admin on that Facebook page? Because technically, you know, it is California Pizza Kitchen and all that legal, this and that. And she said, oh yeah, happy to. Why, sure. And we didn't have to go through any of that legal nonsense. Because then it's like, oh, we're going to take it down and start a new one. And we didn't have to do any of that. And then they were happy too. Because then she told all her friends, hey, we have all this like free gift certificates from California Pizza Kitchen, right? So that's just UGC. Why don't we do that? Or it's like, well, we're a big corporation and, you know, we have to like do this legal thing. It's great. Like I have friends that are lawyers, big time lawyers. And when we get these, so I'll just show you, like if I go to my Facebook, for example, here I'm on Facebook, okay? Live, internet's still working. And someone says something good about me, let's just say. So here's these notifications, okay? So this is always a risk when you do things that are live. So here, someone just mentioned me in a comment and other people are commenting on my stuff. Just click on one of these ones randomly, okay? Notifications. All right, so, yesterday a friend of mine got scammed in crypto. It's horrible. Damn, I hope they get their money back 4 minutes ago. Click like on that. But let's see if that's not the one I want to talk about. How about this one? All right, so this is not as good of a one, but actually, you know what? Let's go to Twitter, which is X. Let's see these notifications that pop up. See if we can find that live one. Okay. So if I find that someone's retweeted me, an article I wrote. So someone will say something amazing. They'll say like, wow, love working with Dennis, or, you know, or here, I was in Slovenia last month speaking at this conference, and this is what they had to say about me. Actually, what you really want is someone saying something that they really like your product or service or whatnot. And then you reply to them and you say, can I quote you on that? And my friends who are lawyers say that's legal consent, lightweight consent. Right? And if I look at any of my socials for any of the brands or whatever it is, you'll see people are always saying these positive things. But you probably aren't monitoring that. So if we go back to, somebody name a site. Spell it. Throw the orange cube to whoever it is.
I'm not going to do it.
My whole goal is to show you that Google is not some tricky need to pay an SEO company kind of nonsense, okay? You should own the SEO. That's the whole point I'm trying to make. Yes?
SpaceX.com.
Say that again?
SpaceX.
Oh, SpaceX. Wow. You work at SpaceX?
No, I work at Dell Technologies, but I like SpaceX.
Dell? Oh, that's still cool.
Thanks.
Okay. Well, a lot of people are talking about SpaceX. But did you know that we can use these different tools and find the top socials, the top mentions of SpaceX? Obviously, because I can look at, you know, Elon Musk and search SpaceX. But if I worked at SpaceX, I could look at everything that's being said about SpaceX and Starlink and, you know, okay. But a lot of it's going to be mentions from other people. So I'll do Maybe they had some latest launch or something, right? And so when I find, let's say I do a search for my company name or my top products, and I find someone else is talking about me, and I'll say, maybe I'll say to this guy, wow, thank you so much, Marcus, for sharing this picture, or what this guy is doing with the plumbing on super heavy boosters. That's interesting, right? It's got engagement. I could see the quality of the engagement on it. Okay, obviously Twitter's full of garbage replies to that. But your source of social media content and content in general should start by looking at what your community says about you, and then finding ways to uplift and amplify instead of like trying to create more content. This whole like, we're going to create more content. You're never going to win that game. You just can't. I don't care how much money you have. We work with billion-dollar companies. You can't win that game. You start by finding what other people are saying about you. Okay? And when that's there, this is what you're going to do. You put that in that first bucket. That's called your content library. It's Google Sheets, Sprinkler, if you want to pay a lot of money, or other tools. And then you find ways to process that. So let's say you were mentioned in a podcast, and that podcast was an hour long, but there was only a section in there that was just like a minute or so. You pull that out. So that's editing and processing, right? When you chop and copy and paste and resize, and the fact that LinkedIn and Twitter are different, people will say, oh, you need to produce different content for LinkedIn because it's B2B, and TikTok and Instagram. Those are different, right? Those are different communities. So you got to treat those audiences differently, right? No, unless you're an influencer. See, all the social media influencers, they hate me for saying this, but unless you're an influencer, you should repost the same content, that same bucket of content here in purple. You should use that same content across every one of these other channels. But Dennis, LinkedIn is different than Twitter and Facebook. Yeah, it is. So on Twitter, it might be shorter. You might use hashtags. On Facebook and LinkedIn, you wouldn't. On your GMB, you might use more photos, right? So you're taking the same content, and through light processing or no processing at all, you can push it to live on every channel. So you never have this issue of, well, should we put more effort on Facebook this quarter? Or we should put more on Instagram? Like, that's a ridiculous question. Yeah, but we can only cover so many channels. So maybe we need to be LinkedIn because we're in B2B, right, Luis? That's a ridiculous question, because what really starts with the content that you have here in phase one, and any repurposing that can be done by these AI tools, which is a whole nother, I'm sure you guys are like AI'd out, but you can use your favorite AI tool to then help you. It's like a video editor, like a whole team of marketing people. That's how I view AI tools, to then live in multiple places and then run ads against the ones that are winners, right? You guys, this makes sense? This is the 4-stage content factory process. This will never go away. This is not some AI trick, some latest hypey marketing technique that you heard from somebody, right? Let me show you proof of that. So if we just look at any brand, or look at me, for example, I'll show you this. I'll boast for a minute. So if we look at, I'm not even connected to the internet. By the way, you should always be Googling yourself. Who here works for someone else? Most of you guys? Who here owns their own business? Okay. So either way, you want to rank on your name. So if you work for someone else, I'm not saying you're disloyal or whatever, but probably going to work another job, right? Probably going to have multiple careers. That's how it works, right? You make more money when you change jobs than when you become a manager or whatever, right? So we need to be able to Google you. So if I Google you, I should be able to see this. These are all the colored boxes. What is this? And then it says, like, here's information on the right, my social profiles, all this. Here's people that read, Ann Hanley, Neil Patel, all these articles, videos, all this kind of stuff. People also ask, what's my net worth and content factor. You can figure out my net worth. Just figure out what year I was at Yahoo, and you can kind of guess. So you can see all this information, right? But what I want is for all of you guys, you're here at a marketing conference to help that company you work at make more money. And when you do a good job on that, they should pay you more money. And then you go work in another company, or you get promoted, or whatever it is. That's why you're here, right? Even the food's amazing. I know Aaron is watching. He's the one who owns this conference. He's probably watching on the live stream. So I got to be careful what I say. I'm kidding. But this looks way more authoritative. Do this for yourself. Oh, but I'm not a celebrity. You do not have to be. You can be a nobody, and you'll get one of these. Why? Because remember I said the colored boxes here are what shows up. See those little icons, right? It's part of the knowledge graph I was showing you in the beginning. Your company, you as a person, your products, every one of your locations, those are all nouns, objects in the knowledge graph we're trying to connect together. So by having connections with other people here at the conference during lunch, which we're going to go to in a few minutes, you're building connections that Google can see, right? So when you put content out there on Facebook and YouTube and all these other places, this is an opportunity for Google to see more information about you. You know the best way to do SEO is by posting on social media. Did you know that your social media affects your SEO? All these SEO people want to argue with me. I'm wearing a Facebook shirt because they gave me a free shirt. Why not? I wear free stuff that vendors give me all the time. Google sends all sorts of gifts. But today I'm wearing the Facebook one. But I'll take my top content. So here I'm arguing with Zuckerberg on CNN. Crushed him. And then that blue button, I'm boosting. So you can take your top content on Facebook, even on your profile, you turn on professional mode. Did you know that? So this is my Facebook profile, right? Here, triple dots, you can turn on professional mode. Now you can boost your posts. You can boost from anything. You can boost everything on Facebook now, except for a group. And you can see, like, people are tagging me. I'm making different posts. There's my mom. It's Mother's Day. She's wearing a wig because she got cancer. She lost her hair, but then she's been in remission for 18 months. She's doing amazing. Can you tell? Actually, both of these are her wigs. So my friend, Dr. Adrian Laura, also put on one of, and then I put on a wig too. So we had a picture of all three of us wearing different wigs that she had. She's 81. I could boost this post if I wanted to. I don't know why I would, right? But of course, you have to be smart about what you're going to boost. But when you have something that's worth boosting, especially when someone else says something good about you, as in your company, then like here, someone said something good about me. Hey, you know, Dennis on this podcast was amazing, right? And then all these people are commenting and sharing and saying how good it was. Or you have a best-selling book or whatever it might be. You can boost these things. Any content you have anywhere, because it's free to live on Facebook and YouTube and Instagram and Twitter and TikTok, you can pay money to boost that. That's how they make money, right? It's free to consumers, so we can pay, right? So we pay. I have no problem paying. I think SEO is great, but I love to pay too because it's incremental profit. So if we have these things that show up, by the way, this is going to be what search results look like when Google finally decides, because the 10 blue links are going away, right? That's what people think search is. It's moving to these colored boxes because it's all powered by the knowledge graph, because people are doing searches that are on ChatGPT and they want a singular answer. They don't want to go through 10 links and try to click through all of them. They just want the one answer. So Google is doing that. So their answer to ChatGPT, somebody name a question on something they want to rank on. So something that they're like knowledgeable about. In the back, way back.
Yeah, all-inclusive resorts.
All-inclusive, well, there's a lot of them. Which one do you have? Be more specific. All-inclusive resorts.
Let's go Iberostar.
Speak up.
Iberostar, Punta de Mita.
Oh, you're not the Four Seasons, are you?
No,
Punta Mita? Punta Cana?
Punta de Mita.
Punta de Mita?
Yes.
I can't even spell that. All-inclusive Punta de Mita?
Yes.
De Mita. This one? Okay, hotels.com, running ads. Of course, you can run ads against anything you want. Are you one of these?
I don't see it up there. It's in Iberostar.
No? Okay.
Might want to just hang
But
on.
whatever you want, if I have someone who left a good, let's say I run one of these resorts and someone left a good review, I can run ads against that. I don't have to pay TripAdvisor, right? Just literally take your best content that it's likely other people have made and boost it. Anything, anywhere, like all these social networks, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, you can boost posts. So here's a friend of mine, he's a financial planner and he's in Canada. So he sells life insurance and all these kinds of things. And we can boost these posts, even if it was 2 years ago, right? And I can boost it to all the other people that follow so-and-so. This is like a red pill matrix moment, right? You want the red pill or the blue pill? So I'll show you another example. So do you guys remember the Super Bowl a couple months back? and Allegiant Airlines, it was at the Allegiant Stadium, and the pilots are a friend of mine, Allegiant pilots. And they are complaining because they were underpaid, right? All pilots believe they're underpaid. But these guys actually were underpaid. And so they hired a skywriter during the Super Bowl, to fly over and write with the cloud-like thing they do, Allegiant contract now, pilots, or pilots this and that contract, right? And I took those tweets, and they also had their pilots hold up these signs in front of Allegiant's headquarters and march around with them. There's all these things about Allegiant. Oh, here's one random thing. I'm on a Southwest. What flight is this? Is it Southwest? I don't know what airline this is. Random things like this. You can boost any of these posts, right? Any tweet you have, you can boost any content that you have. And what you do is you go to Twitter ads and you select that post. This is so easy. Chad's seen me do it a zillion times. Like, here's a Tom Ferry masterclass I just posted yesterday, right? Any kind of content you have, and you're trying to see, you can target anyone. Like the Allegiant thing, I targeted all the pilots. I targeted the management, just the people who work at Allegiant. I did one where I targeted just the people inside the Super Bowl stadium at the time the Super Bowl was happening. You know you can do this kind of micro-targeting, right? It's crazy. And I'm spending $1 a day against it. I don't think people realize how powerful this is. It's crazy. See, look, actually, why is this? Okay. Look at this. So you guys understand the idea, you can boost posts, right? Anything you have on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube. I don't know why people don't do it. They just don't, okay? But here, I'm taking not random, but just to play around. And I'm boosting these posts against very tight audiences. And I'm looking at the engagement rate here. You don't remember anything we're talking about. Remember this part here to determine when you have a winner, okay? 2%, 0.08%, that's typical for ads, right? Most people are used to that. 2%, 1%, 0%, 2%, 25%. 20, and it's not even on like 4 tweets or whatever. Here, there's actually enough data to be significant, and the cost per engagement's lower. 0.4%, 4%, blah, 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 18%. What's going on here? What I'm doing is I'm eating at a friend's Italian restaurant in Chicago, and I'm targeting just the people that live within a couple blocks of there. So of course they're going to recognize that place, right? Or I'm targeting that brand, of course, right? Or I'm on a podcast with somebody. I'm targeting that host. And so you can see 6%, 2%, 1%, 10%, blah, 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 12%, 14%. So here, this Tom Breeze, who's the #1 guy on YouTube ads, I was on his podcast, and then I took that podcast episode and I targeted all the followers of Tom Breeze. Why wouldn't you? Any kind of content you have that's co-created with these influencers or truckers that are fueling their diesel trucks or whatever it is, I would target these people. And even if their audience is only 20 people, I can target those people and just put $1 against it. And then it's super, super relevant, and I get super high engagement rate. What I'm looking for is 10%. That's the rule, 10%. I'm looking for 10% engagement. It doesn't matter whether it's organic or paid. I want 10% engagement. 10% of people to like, share, comment, because when that happens, that's an early signal. So when people are watching a video, so if I look at any of my posts, let's just look at any of these random posts, right? People are tagging me in these things. Okay. Here's a post that I made. Oh no, that boost's not available. Let's see. This is not even a good post, but fine. Okay. This is an organic post I made. And what I'm looking for is 10%. So if 1,600 people saw it, I need 10%. I'm at 129. It's not 10%. Not good enough. And 1 out of 10 will be a winner. Right, here's another one. Am I at 10%? Actually, I am. 200 people engaged on 1247. You'd never be able to guess this. There's so many things that you have here that, if I look at one that's for fun. Here. The Golden State Warriors, they're my favorite one because I could show all this stuff publicly. Spent millions of dollars. So we're running ads, right? And we'd find different ads, and some would do better than others, but you would never know. But we're looking for the ones that hit 10%. Don't think it only works for sports, media, and entertainment. It works for anything, right? And you can see here's all these different ads. And some ads do, and you would never know by looking at these ads what the winner is. Like here, we're selling merchandise. No, we're selling tickets, right? Selling tickets to a basketball game. Can you tell just from looking at these 6 what the winner would be? You don't know. So you run a few dollars against each one, and the one that does the best, usually 10% or more engagement, then you put more money and you optimize to conversion. But by putting 5 or 6 things out to find what initially drives engagement, that's a good signal on conversion too. I'm not going for just engagement. I'm using that as a way, especially if I'm using video, to see who's going to watch the first few seconds of the video. Because if they don't watch the first few seconds, it doesn't matter what I have after that, right? And then I put more money against the winners. And some of these 14x, 15x, return on ad spend. Spend $1, get $15 back, right? So I'm spending millions of dollars, but I'm doing it just a few dollars at a time. It's a testing strategy. When I've got lots of content, then that's not even what I want to have open. This is how we hire VAs. That's not the one I want. What's the one I just had? This one. When I have lots of content in that first bucket, and I process it so it can live on all these other channels, whatever your favorite channel is, wherever your customers hang out, I can run boosts against those top posts, even from years ago. You should be spending 90% of your time getting more out of the existing winners, the existing blog posts, the existing Facebooks, not new content. Oh, now we're into our summer campaign. Now we have to get ready for Black Friday. Now we have to. Most people spend 90% of their time trying to create more stuff every time. Spend 90% of your time squeezing more out of winners. Because last I heard, all these marketers are saying they're too busy and blah, blah, they don't have money and budget and tools, can't keep up and all that. That's because you're trying to do too many new things. Go back to the winners, repurpose them, find more different combinations. You can take existing blog posts and add to them, right? You can take videos and adjust them. You can like remake different versions of the same video. You can edit the same kind of content in different ways. You can take something that won on LinkedIn and turn it to a blog post and embed it as a video on YouTube and put the YouTube thing inside your blog. There's so many ways you can enhance what you already have. The last thing I'll say is that if you follow this content factory process and you understand the idea is to have this clear signal of everything about who you are and who your fans are and who loves you and who you're connected with and the content you have, answering the questions about type 1, type 2 diesel fuel, whatever it is, you answer these questions, you connect with your community and honor these folks, and you boost it out there for $1 a day to find these winners to drive more sales or whatever the objective is that you're trying to get, then you've won in the game of digital marketing, because digital marketing is about throwing fuel on the fire. If you want to be Googleable, you need to show the signal through social media, through engagement. When you run ads, and I had the head of search quality agree with me behind closed doors, so I can't say it publicly because he would get crucified, that when you use ad money to drive engagement, Google sees that as a ranking factor. You can use advertising. If the advertising is high engagement, it will drive your SEO, because Google's looking at click-based signals, okay? If you want to be Googleable, do these things, the 4-stage content factory. If you want any of the training I have here, I'm giving it away. I've made millions of dollars selling courses, and I've just decided I'm just going to give it all away. If you want anything there like $1 a day or the content factory, send an email to Stephanie@blitzmetrics.com, and I will give, and we're not selling anything. I'm giving away everything I have because I want to see you guys bring your marketing in-house. I want to see you guys fire your agencies, or at least have control over what's going on. I'm Dennis Yu. Thank you guys very much. I'll be around the rest of the day.
Outstanding.